Hey, this is Reed Wyckoff. I'm CEO and co-founder of Digible, and here to do Ode to 22, which is my third now version of recapping the year that was for Digible, and really just trying to capture like all that's happened here. We're a fast-growing company, lots of new faces, employees, and things that are going on. So instead of kind of the traditional, I guess, earnings statement or recap or whatever most companies do, this one's a little bit quirky, which is of course what Digible is all about. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and jump into it and use this tiny mic while I go for it. All right, so hey yo, it's that time of year for some Digi self-reflection. It's time for company cheer, for gratitude and affection. So much to ponder, so many to thank. We'll try not to wander, we'll try to remain frank. So let's get to it. That means Jan 22, our Roman candle was lit, except nobody knew. Sure, we had traction of the Digible kind, ideas, plans, and action backed by grit and grind. But the year of the tiger would outpace them all. We executed like Iger, despite Graystar's squall. The growth strategy was clear, posts, partners, and prod. Services at the tip of our spear, CS gripping the rod. We promised fiscal restraint more than ever before, nothing fickle or faint, the kind the bank would adore. We refined process and automated workflow. We did more with less. We established our tempo. Lo and behold, Mr. Profit was back. His stay was untold, but dollars began to stack. Except this time felt different, like he may actually stay. We couldn't give a percent, but this was a new day. Speaking of new and forging ahead, we tapped our queue where Digideas are bred. EDP got the call, a gram for our peeps. We gave Carrie the ball, she was playing for keeps. There was no reproach and little doubt she'd take the right approach to help employees sprout. Then came spring and websites rang eternal. Chelsea entered our ring as the product colonel. More change would blossom in the garden of organic. The new leader was awesome. You could even say botanic. But as Shannon moved in and Adam was moving out to be closer to kin, going the remote route. More news from PMT. Hacker became a Kenny. Ben beamed with glee, squeezing his lucky penny. Next up was Q2. Oh, what a quarter. So many updates to chew. No chance this gets shorter. We'll start with the hardware. Congrats to Elisa and Isabel, for no pair can compare. Now kiss freedom, farewell. Then came the big news. Baby Staley was in the oven. Are they ready for these shoes? He'll need a whole lot of lovin'. But who are we kidding? This is David and Nicole. Griff was at their bidding. They're made for this role. Time for a hard right. A turn, not a punch. A new client was in sight. Does anyone have a hunch? Initials GS. Need we say more? Stress, yes, but oh how we'll soar. Lest we not forget the lists we already made. Inc. 5000, you bet. Top workplaces, we stayed. CTA gave us more rec. As an Apex nominee, category, emerging tech. We were just one of three. Back at South Broadway, we celebrated our own. It was Erica's golden day to sit atop the taco throne. We also extolled Eddie with a Lifetime Achievement Award. He kept OS steady, and every client was floored. June wrapped with the switch, DT to Fiona calls. The transition was and took real. In the end, we were victorious. Thank you, tech team. The savings are glorious, a real door-out dream. Our train rolled into Q3 full of steam and vigor. Our company tree just kept getting bigger. We hired OMs and AMs, strats and engineers. A trove of talented gems, eager to impress their peers. Meanwhile, our summit neared and the committee prepped. A dude named Jan steered and proved quite adept. The content was dope, the panels were sick. We stayed within scope, it all seemed to click. Then we heard ringing of the wedding bell sort. The dance floor got swinging, Digi dudes held court. Cheers to Ricardo and Kate. Hooray to Cassidy and Jack. Same for Abby and Nate. Can't wait for the pics on Slack. Back at 3400, a tiny bandit lurked. We sat and wondered while the culprit smirked. Last but not least, Q3 brought one more thrill. A can't-miss streaming feast. David versus the treadmill. He pursued Guinness glory, 12 hours, 100 miles. Resolve became the story. He came out all smiles. Down the stretch we went, which means Q4, of course. We kept our legs bent and our pace full force. Michelle partnered up. Lurch was named COO. Tech merged to one cup. Karina joined the show. Nicole became a chief of experience, that is, a much broader fief. She picked it up in a whiz. Vic got veeped. Ryan did too. Of course, Reed weeped, so proud of his crew. Next stop, Marketing Masters, Den of the Grey Star. We boarded with blasters, ready for a spar. But the fight never came. Each vendor played nice. Digible made its name, which was well worth the price. In late October came Trick or Chili. Not all were sober. The office got silly. November brought potluck, and time to say thanks. Kelly got hiring unstuck. Jenny rose the ranks. Arden pushed Fiona forward. DEI became a priority. Everyone should feel heard, especially the minority. Alas, December arrived, and Digi Awards with it. The company had thrived. We didn't skimp a bit. The evening was electric, marked by a pre-theme. MCs were an easy pick, or so it would seem. Erica punned the night away. Elisa supplied the sparkle. Elliot swiped Roman's bouquet. Reed got patriarchal. Our year ended full of joy and glee. 2022 was splendid. Now bring on 23. That's it.